everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell notification so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video. And if you are one of my OG subscribers, welcome back. So in this video, I'm actually going to be showing you guys how to decorate on a graduation topper for the graduation cap. Okay, this is actually my first time doing something like this, basically, and you guys are going to watch me and be, right along with me, so you guys get to see everything. So I'm actually going to show you guys how to size up the topper and all that stuff, but I actually got the topper from Michael's. This is actually cardstock. It's a purple cardstock that I purchased, and that's what my customer wanted on top of her cap. She also gave me the ideas on what she wanted on her cap. So she wanted this, this woman holding a purse, and on the purse it's gonna say Masters with a check mark, and then it just says, I'm not about the what. So I got a Masters, okay, and then it says, now I'm officially a Master of Black Achievement. So if I just open it up a little bit, you can actually see the Masters. It just looks small because it's on the app, but I actually got the little diploma icon from the app itself. So I just searched up diplomas and a whole bunch popped up. This is the one I used right here, and of course I'm not going to put it again, but if you want to, browse through the app and see what they have, you can do just that. So how I made the topper design on the app to be able to design what I wanted on it was clicking on shapes, and then I clicked on the square, and I searched up the sizing on a graduation cap, and it was a 8.5 by 8.5. So I'm gonna unlock this, and for the width 8.5, the height 8.5, which you don't actually have to unlock it if it's going to be the same size for both sides. Like, you can just leave it locked, but I'm already used to unlocking it. So once that's done, you can go ahead and play around with the color. So I'm going to go ahead and do purple, and I'm just going to turn it this way because that's how the graduation cap is. Okay, and then I got this little woman icon from Etsy. I think I paid like $2.99 for it. They have different options, a whole bunch of different options, but she wanted something similar to this one and they didn't have it, so this was the closest option I can get to it. So as far as the circle in the middle, this one that I did on mine was a little too big, but it's okay because I already know how to size up everything. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys how I did that circle. I actually went on shapes again, and I clicked on the little circle button, and I went ahead and, let's say it's about this size, for example. Okay, you want to go ahead and make sure it's in the middle, and what you're gonna let me just undo that. I meant to move this one. What you're gonna do is you're going to click on both the square and the circle, and you're gonna click on slice. So slice is on the actions option on the app. Okay, once you click on slice, you're gonna go ahead and delete this, and you're gonna go ahead and work with your image. So it actually went ahead and changed my size, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that back. So now I'm gonna zoom into it, and you want to go ahead and click on upload, and click on uploaded images if you already have it saved there. If not, then you can always just upload it to your app. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so we're gonna add it, and then we're just going to minimize her as well. So let's say you want her to be like that. Okay, then you want to just go ahead and, sorry y'all, this thing. Okay, so you just want to go ahead and put her back where she was supposed to be, and then whatever you're going to put on the cap, you can be able to put it. So if you click on text, and let's say you're going to put I graduated. Okay, you're just going to zoom in and play around with the sizing, and you can change the color to whatever color you want. okay? And then as far as the diploma image, you're just gonna click on that again, click on diploma, and you're going to play around with the size on this too. And you can just put it wherever you like. You want to put it up here, down here, wherever, right? And then I actually just, as you can see on mine, I put the year 2022. I actually just clicked on text and I put 2022. And I went ahead and just minimized that as well. And I just put it right inside of the diploma, right? So you can be able to just design the cap however you want. This is just how I'm showing you guys how to do it. And as far as the supplies, I'm going to be showing you guys what supplies I got besides the cardstock. And we are going to show you how to decorate on this. I'm actually going to be using heat transfer vinyl and sublimation for the girl. Before you send anything to print or cut, you want to be able to do an offset on what you're going to be sublimating on, so that the offset can be the glitter heat transfer vinyl. So for the girl, I'm just going to click on edit, and then I'm going to click on where it says offset. And then I'm going to just minimize the offset because I don't want it to be too big. So once you like how it is, all you're going to do is click done. And that's going to be the offset. And you're going to do the same thing with the diploma. Once you're done with this, I'm going to move that to the side. I actually attached mine just to see how everything will come out. But I'm going to go ahead and ungroup this. Alright, so for example, let me ungroup this too. I am going to put all of the white words together. And I'm going to group it and attach it. It's going to tell the machine that I have attached this right here. And it's going to send it over to the mat. Okay, so what I want to do before I do that is ungroup this. Put that over there. Group that and attach that again. I am going to click on the diploma and I'm going to click on flatten. I'm going to do the same thing for the girl. Okay, now I'm going to click on make it. And now I'm going to be printing this out as a sublimation. So the girl and the diploma is going to be sublimated. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use glitter heat transfer vinyl first on the cardstock. And then I'm going to add the images onto the glitter heat transfer vinyl, because if you try to sublimate just like this onto the cardstock, you're not going to see anything because the cardstock is dark. So you want to be able to see it, and you want to choose something that is either glitter heat transfer vinyl or clear heat transfer vinyl. Okay, I'm using the glitter because I want the girl to pop out and I want the diploma to pop out, you know, a little glitter shimmery thing going on the topper. So once that's done, you always want to make sure that you click mirror on. And when you send it to the printer, you always want to make sure that when it's on, my printer is off right now, but when it's on, it's going to pop up the option in the bottom under paper size for you to select how you want it to be printed out, right? You always want to select the best in quality, and depending on how you want it to look, if you want it to look matte, if you want it to look like a gloss, that's totally your option. I always choose photo or photo glossy. So once you send this to the printer and it prints, you're going to go ahead and go on to your next matte, and you're going to mirror this as well, because remember we're using heat transfer vinyl. And then you're going to go ahead and send it to the machine and let the machine cut it out for you. And then I'm going to show you everything else that I need to show you in regards to how to decorate the topper. I'm going to show you really quick what I'm going to be using for my topper. I went ahead off camera and had my boyfriend cut the cardstock for me. So I bought two just in case I mess up on one. So all you're going to do is just size up the cap with the cardstock, and then just use an X-Acto knife or a blade or scissors just to cut the exact amount that's needed, okay? And after you do that, you want to be able to then cut around this part right here. So what he did was he actually put it like that, and then he used his pen to make sure that he knew where he was cutting, and he used his blade for that as well with the X-Acto knife, because my X-Acto knife was kind of not sharp enough, so he ended up using his blade. As far as what I'm going to be placing around it, she wanted the glitter lining around it, so I found this in Michael's for $1. It was on clearance, and this is exactly how it looks. So I already cut my 4 pieces to line, because I wanted to make sure it was lined up correctly with the paper. And then lastly, we are going to be using this memory glue, which I hope that this works. If not, I will have to buy another glue that, you know, works much better. But I did buy 2 cardstock papers in case I mess up on one. And then I was just trying out, I was experimenting on the actual clip art image of the girl. So what I did was I used my heat press with the sublimation paper on the cardstock itself, and it really didn't show her. So I went ahead and used glitter heat transfer vinyl on the purple cardstock, and then I placed the sublimation paper on top, and this is exactly how it comes out. So don't mind this part, this was just a tester just to make sure it looked good, and I actually like how it looks because it blends in with the lining I'm gonna put around the topper. This right here is the heat transfer vinyl. I wanted to make sure that I can be able to press it without this burning up, and it actually works. So I'm gonna show you guys the 2 different temperatures you're gonna be using if you decided to want to do it this way, how I'm going to do it. So I'm actually gonna use heat transfer vinyl and place the wording around it, and then I'm gonna put her last. Or I might do her first because she's a higher temperature, and then do the other ones around it last. And then after that, the final touch would just be me gluing it onto the actual cap. Okay, so I went ahead and put the glitter HTV offset onto the cardstock. So I'm gonna place it like this onto the heat press, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put butcher paper just to cover the cardstock. So I have it set for 305 degrees for about 15 seconds. Okay, so now I am going to remove the carrier that the glitter heat transfer vinyl comes with. You can see the glitter heat transfer vinyl was able to get onto the cardstock with no problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and place my clip art graduation girl right on top of this. Just wanna make sure that I get it as close as possible. And then I'm going to go ahead and just place 2 little heat resistant tapes on each corner, not so much because again this is cardstock paper, so you don't want to rip this actual paper out. So now I'm going to go ahead and place the butcher paper again on top, and this time I have it set for 365 degrees for 35 seconds. Okay, so it's stopped. I'm going to go ahead and remove it, and I'm going to be using my weeding tool. Again, you want to be careful that you don't rip the cardstock with the tape. And this is how it looks. We're gonna go ahead now and do the heat transfer vinyl. I already went ahead and cut out the vinyl with the Cricut machine, and I weeded everything out. So now I'm just gonna place everything where they're supposed to be before I actually go ahead and press this. Okay, so I went ahead and placed the heat transfer vinyl onto the cardstock, and I just wanted to make sure that I placed it correctly. So I'm actually going to be recutting out the top part because I did it too big. So I'm just gonna press this for right now. And then I also forgot to put this onto the cardstock. So this right here is also sublimation. I did the same steps as this. So I used a glitter heat transfer vinyl first, and then I placed the sublimation on top, and then that's how I did that part. So I'm gonna go ahead and press this on, and then I'm gonna show you guys how it looks. So I'm just gonna put the butcher paper on top, but I'm gonna be extra careful because the heat transfer vinyl carrier is not as sticky, because I kept playing around with it to make sure that I had it in place. My boyfriend actually helped me with that part as well, because I needed his eyes to make sure that it was actually in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat this for about 15 seconds at 305 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and just give it a few seconds because it's a cool peel off. I'm gonna go ahead and carefully peel these off. And when you see that some pieces aren't actually heated correctly after you press down, you can go ahead and always press it again for a few more seconds. So I'm gonna press this part where it says master for a few more seconds because the A is not really onto the cardstock. So off camera, I just went ahead and finished everything else because I wanted to make sure I had the correct sizing on the top part. Now I'm gonna go ahead and glue the ribbon on all 4 sides using the glue that I showed you guys earlier, okay? Then after that, I am going to go ahead and glue the actual topper onto the graduation cap itself. And there you have it, guys. So I just customized a graduation topper and it came out so amazing. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell notification. And I see you all next time.